Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone it is where you're at right now. Guess what? It's already a day late and Algo short because this is yesterday's Algorand news. I'm, of course, at Real Monty Allen, and I am your crypto nerd. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe, share, do all the stuff because you need to get the Algo news out there. You know you do. Let's talk about it today. We've got John and we've got Owen from AlgoFi. Now, I've had the pleasure of speaking to these gentlemen, I believe twice, maybe three times in various interviews, and I am always impressed with what they have going on, how they are growing, and the amount of time that it has taken them to go from zero to hero, and the Algorand blockchain is amazing. Now, they did an official interview here with Alexa, and I think you should go check it out. It is interesting, it is engaging, and these guys are going to do something special here. It is not come like to full-fledged fruition yet, but when it does, look out because DeFi will never be the same. So go check them out. Speaking of new projects, here's one that you're not likely to see elsewhere. Symmetria. So Symmetria is based out of Israel. And this actually comes up on the radar here because they've gotten some new infusions of money here. So Bluefolio has invested, and it kind of brought them back up to the surface. So let's go check out Symmetria and see what they've got going on here. So what they have done is tokenize the company. So, you know how when you join a company, it's a startup. If they go public, you get some shares, right? That's really cool. But what if you're private? You might have to have somebody take a portion of your LLC, or what if you're not even to that stage yet? How do you do that? Well, they have figured out a way to essentially tokenize your business. And so they have taken it, tokenized it, and it's fractional ownership of your business. So if your business goes and becomes liquid, it has an event. It turns into stocks, options, exit rights, those types of things that the company is sold. You can take your equity, tokenize it, put it on this platform, and then you have value. You can trade it. It's all internal. It's all private. But your employees, if you're a private company or a startup, can look at what they own and they can see what's going on with the company. The valuations change. If your initial valuation is at 2 million and then jumps to 8 million, and they've got perceived value there and real value when the time comes to it. So those tokens could be essentially bought and sold on the private market. So instead of waiting to go public to see those stocks, you now have a way to do that on the private level. I think that's great. I can't believe nobody else has done that already on the blockchain. Great idea for a startup, and probably not a project that you're going to see elsewhere. They are only open to accredited investors right now. But if you are an accredited investor, an institutional investor, I would go check them out because you'd be playing with some big boys there. So always follow the money. And I got to tell you, it's difficult to keep up with all of these projects. So coming soon. So by the end of next month, by the end of November, we're working with developers here on the Crypto Nerd team so we can have project reviews up and running. And this is not going to be a project review like you've seen elsewhere. These are going to be crowdsourced project reviews. So you, the audience, the members of the Algorand family, can go to this website. You can plug in some information, say, hey, here's this project. I either know a lot about it or I need to find out some more information. And the community will go do the Algorand sleuthing for you and give some reviews. We're going to grade the different projects as well so that you can get some feedback. It's going to be raw, and you're going to get that information from the community itself. So we're going to crowdsource. We're going to decentralize the reviews, and hopefully we'll get some good information out of there. Now, speaking of projects, there are so many ASAs now. TinyMan has taken the steps to turn off unverified assets by default for you. So you don't have to worry about getting a fake ASA. I've seen a few out there now that, they're able to just plug in a fake name. It doesn't really cost much to create an ASA, but there are steps to take to get it verified. So by taking this step, they are hoping that they will protect their their users from any kind of scams. But if you want a smaller ASA, one that maybe hasn't gotten verified yet, you want to get in early, you can go in there, just go to your settings, toggle the unverified assets off or on. All right, so go check it out, and I applaud TinyMan for taking those steps. Speaking of Tiny, see what I did there? We got the TinyChart. So this is relatively new. I just started following them. They've only got 117 followers. Go check them out. Their website offers, look at this. It's the whole Algorand ecosystem here. So every verified asset that's here, we've got some unverified ones that are here. I think this is fantastic. We have been looking for something like this. This is, it's not quite like CMC, but it's getting there. And our community is growing. They've got some volatility. They got the charts are what we've been looking for. So go check out tinychart.org. All right. Some other news that you may not get elsewhere. Rarible launches now minting method collectors responsible for gas fees. I'm not sure if that's a typo in there. Rarible launches, space maybe, now minting with method collectors responsible. I don't know. But what they want to say is it's just a rant. So this particular author is going on about how they have passed on the fees from gas fees from the creator to the collector on the Ethereum chain. And they're just wondering, hey, why are people even doing that? They straight up just ask the question, hey, this is not a problem on proof of stake chains like Algorand. So mainstream, reporting is picking up on the fact that Algorand was built as a sustainable blockchain from the beginning. It is certainly the promised land for NFTs. And this isn't an Algorand author. This is a Ethereum author that says, hey, you know what? Screw this. I'm tired of it. They're passing on these huge gas fees. It's inflating the price of NFTs. As a creator, it's difficult, and it's a huge barrier to entry. Let's get on Algorand, people. So there you go. Places like Zestbloom. We've got we're going to talk about Algo X NFT here in just a minute and what they're doing. NFTs are making a big push. Speaking of NFTs, the first certified carbon negative NFT project is here on the Algorand blockchain. So people have asked, what is going on, KryptoNurd, with your NFT series? We will release on Zestbloom as soon as Zestbloom is up and running. We did an interview with them the other day. Looks like it's pushed out till mid-November. We are holding steady with our friends over at Zestbloom. In the meantime, there are a few that just got dropped, and there's going to be another video today at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time about why these NFTs were dropped, what the cause is, where the funds are going to go to, but rest assured it's for a good cause. These NFTs on Algo X NFT are from the official KryptoNurd account. You can tell because the seller is KNerd, starts with the wallet address there. So I posted all of the information for verification purposes on our website, KryptoNurd.com. I'll put the link in here as well. There is the full minting wallet address. You can go check it out, as well as a description of the project. Very brief. We are purchasing carbon credits from Climate Trade to make sure that this NFT series is carbon negative. So you'll see some press releases and some information coming out about that. Here's a breakdown of the rarity, just a very brief outline of how to check what the rarity is, and more information about drop dates to come. So there you have it. Go check it out. Algo X NFT. There'll be some giveaways and some promotional stuff a little later this afternoon. And then what has come down to a daily update here on the YLDY pools. Check it out. The YLDY pools are still on fire. 40s, 50s, 30s, 66. Let's hit refresh and see what happens. And bada boom, bada bing. We're still in the 40s, 60s, 115% for Smile. ARK, that has grown. I think it was at 121 million yesterday, somewhere along those lines. Look, it's at 139 million today. APY is 60. If you didn't see my reference to Sinjin's tweet, informative kind of a, I don't know, not a diatribe, but just explanation of why he chose to work with the YLDY team and how impressed he was. Go check that out. Go give him a follow on Twitter. And we are actually trying to set up an interview with him right now. So with the KryptoNurd team. So looking forward to that conversation and all the other conversations just that I have with you. And I think of these daily algo news, visits for 10 or 15 minutes as really a conversation. So hit me back at at Real Monty Allen on Twitter. Put some comments in the YouTube channel here, and let's have a dialogue about what's going on in the Algorand ecosystem. All right, thanks for watching. KryptoNurd out.